Good morning, YouTube. How's everybody doing? Josh, Canine Apollo, the disabled canine and dad. Today we're going to talk about cold laser therapy and how we do that. So it's more like a day in the life, and just going to give you guys some information on how we do that with Apollo, how we help his process of recovery, and what we expect by using this machine. So if you guys please turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the video. So you're probably asking yourself, maybe not if you're not familiar with it, what the heck is a cold laser therapy machine? That cold laser therapy technology is not new. It's been roughly on the market for about 10 years. This specific machine really helps dogs, especially post-surgery, meaning after surgery. What it does is it really helps control inflammation, and it really just helps stimulate cell regeneration. These machines are available commercially to the public. You can actually find them on Amazon. You can do a Google search for them, or actually you can just have one ordered directly from your vet. But I highly recommend something like this if your dog has had hip dysplasia, has torn an ACL, has just problems in general with getting up, getting down, any type of inflammation. It's just a great product and great tool to help regenerate those cells and get those muscles back and working. Now, some of these are very different within how they measure the laser itself, how powerful the laser is, how long you can do it. And in like with my case, Apollo has so much hardware underneath his leg that I actually talked to somebody, a follower off of TikTok named Heather, who actually does this professionally, and she just kind of walked me through how to do it exactly. I know there's like other YouTube videos and stuff like that, but when you have your own home machine, I highly recommend either like asking your local vet, asking an RVT, which is a registered vet tech, or even asking somebody online if you run into them or something like that on how exactly to use the machine, understanding the settings, the tones, and should you have a laser flicker, should you have it current, and how far away from the dog's actual tissue you should be, whether you should be above. So I do mine above and below, but again, always ask your vet just to double check and make sure that you're doing everything correctly. So this specific model was purchased off of Amazon. This is the model Vet Cure. It comes in a little carrying case like this, as you guys saw in the video, and just comes inside with a charger and the unit itself. And also it comes with the safety goggles, the glasses for yourself. Now, it didn't come with the dog ones. You can actually purchase those online yourself. So what I do is I just put these on like this, and sorry for the ring light in the background there. And then I typically, when I'm using it, I just make sure that Apollo's face is facing away because I'm still waiting on those goggles to come in. So upon taking the machine out, you just simply turn it on the power button, like so. Wait for it to click and beep. And all these different measurements are measurements on how high the laser you want it. So right now it's on the 2 setting. How powerful you want, which is right there. This is on the lowest setting. And then you just simply use the different buttons, and you can change it to going up to 45 minutes. You can increase the strength of it like I did there, and that increases it fully 100%. So it's really easy to use. Once you're ready to go, you have your settings that you want, how you want to do it. You just go ahead and you just click it one time, and that turns the laser on. But yeah, and then when you just turn it off, you just hold the button, and that just turns the unit completely off. So it's a really easy operation type system. Like, you really don't have to be like a rocket scientist on how to work it. It comes with directions, but honestly, the right directions are really hard to read because they're in tiny print. So I would just go on YouTube like I did and learn how to use it and use it effectively. And again, ask your vet tech. And if you run into somebody like I did, ask them on how to properly use the machine. If you're not a subscriber yet and you're not a follower and you haven't seen Apollo do the hydrotherapy and all the other elements in what I do when I'm exercising him, because of his injury. This is just the next process after you've done those, or days that you're taking a break from doing all those other exercises. This just again helps stimulate that. Once you've done those other exercises, you've come inside and now you really want to just work those muscles and work everything internally for the dog or the animal. And they're just, again, you can actually use these on horses, you can use them on cats, you can use them on people, you can use them on dogs. So there's definitely not a lot of limitations on how you use them and who you use them on. One thing that you make sure that you do, especially if your dog has hardware, like Apollo has hardware right here all the way through his leg, is you never leave the laser on a spot too much, because you don't want that internally kind of just heating up the area in general. So it's easier just that you're constantly on a move, or that you're never staying in one spot for very long, that you're just constantly moving it within the same area. Now, when you're introducing the laser to any of your pets, make sure that you're just taking it out of the box and you're just allowing the animal to sniff it and kind of see that it's harmless, that you're not just automatically going and poking the pet around with it or anything like that if they've never been exposed to it. Just slowly let them just kind of adapt to it and kind of see what it is. Again, take some smells. So it's just easier that they feel comfortable and they don't feel stressed out at any time while you're doing this. The easiest thing for me that I do with Apollo, honestly, is I get cookies and I just have him like lay down. And typically I do it in the morning when that's like it's the most cooler. And we go outside and we do it, so he's able to just kind of, hear birds chirping and maybe seeing our little kitty Houdini run around. But for the most part, that's when he's like most comfortable, is when he's outside laying on his elevated bed. And then I just start working the process as you see in the video. As you can see in the video, Apollo's 100% comfortable. There's nothing that's making him feel uncomfortable. If anything, he feels uncomfortable by the camera being in front of his face. But the laser doesn't hurt him. It doesn't make him feel uncomfortable. It's make sure that you never shine this in your eyes directly or anybody else's eyes directly, and make sure that you have proper safety goggles or glasses. And if you don't, make sure that like you are doing this and you're not pointing it directly at your animal's eyes either. You're pointing it away, and you're doing so when you're doing it, kind of like mimic how I did in my video, how I'm always like holding the machine away from Apollo's face. I'm kind of going like that and moving like this direction, and then when I'm going up, I'm actually going about the same way, and I'm countering it, pointing the laser back towards me, since I have the safety glasses on. Apollo is on tramadol. He is on Meloxin for anti-inflammatories anyways. We use the product Top Dog. They have an anti-inflammatory type salmon oil based product. It's also a supplement that we use that as well. So I use so many different supplements and things that help counter this process along with his recovery, that this is just another avenue to help that entire process in general. I would say like the realistic goal for myself is like a 3 and a 6 and a 9 month goal working this, so I can really evaluate things on how Apollo's doing and how he's being conditioned to it. Again, like you still need to do your regular things of having the animal like exercise daily, and depending on what that exercise is, if you're massaging it, that's typically what I do before I even bring out the laser. I just massage Apollo's arm for a good 15 minutes, a half hour, and I'm just rubbing it and just help providing relief and stimulating all the blood inside of him and all the different muscles and tissues and things like that. And then I bring in the laser and start doing his treatment. Also, if you've ever used this product or you've ever had your animal go through cold laser therapy before, please comment it below. I'd love to hear your story and kind of reach out to you and hear how your process went, if it was easy, if it was difficult, how your pet or animal is doing now after surgery, if you just began using it, and ultimately, have you used this product before? Make sure that you comment that below. So guys, that's going to pretty much wrap up today's video. I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a day in the life and what it's like for Apollo and using our cold laser therapy machine. So I hope that gave you a basic idea of what you could look forward to if you do purchase this product, if you go through with having cold laser therapy done on your dog or your animal or your horse. So please, as always, make sure that you turn on notifications, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.